Hi everyone, welcome to In the Kitchen with Tastebudzng. Today I'll be showing you how to make stir-fry African salad. Not your usual African salad, it is not your usual abacha. This is a simplified recipe where you do not have to use the potash or the ungo powder as a binder or as an emulsifiant. In this particular recipe, you do not have to use any of those. You're just going to stir fry it just the way you stir fry your veggies or the way you stir fry your rice with beef, fish, or whatever it is you like. So in this recipe, I'm going to show you how to make this using red organic palm oil. Instead of using canola oil like we would use in a regular stir fry, we are going to be using organic red palm oil with our chopped onions and all those good stuff. So now let's get on with the cooking. The first thing I'm going to be doing here is washing my tapioca. Tapioca is a type of food that is gotten from dried cassava, shredding cassava and drying them out in the sun. It gives you this cassava chips. And because it has been dried in the sun, it is very strong. I'll have to soften it using hot water. As you can see, I just stopped hot water from the red pot into the stainless bowl. This hot water mixed with the tap water is going to soften my tapioca. Remember, I just washed the tapioca before adding the hot water, and then I am putting in some salt. It is very important you put in your salt at this stage so that while the tapioca is getting softened in the warm water, the salt is going to seep right into our tapioca, which is our cassava chips. Remember, we want this to be soft, but at the same time, we don't want it to be soggy. So constantly taste your tapioca to ensure that it is soft but not soggy. Now I'm going to take it over to the wash hand basin and I'm going to pour it in my strainer and get rid of every drop of water. Remember, this is a stir-fry recipe. I'm going to bring out my non-stick pan. You can use whatever type of frying pan you have. If you do not even have a pan, you can use a pot. So before we start frying, I'm going to chop my red chili pepper, which is my red scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to go over all the ingredients that I want to be using to make the stir fry. I want to use panla fish. Panla, which is also known as ejakika. I want to shred this fish, debone the fish, ensure that I do not have any dirt or grit in this fish. Once I'm done deboning the fish, I'm going to take it over to the tap and I will be washing ejakika. Now today I am using ejakika. You can choose to use little bits of stockfish. You can also choose to use dried catfish fillet. So whatever type of fish you choose, that will depend on you. I also want to fry a bit of mackerel fish on the side. Now, this is my preferred fish for today, fried mackerel fish on the side, okay? It's not compulsory. You can even use bomo, which is the cow skin. Today, I'm not using cow skin. I just want to use the mackerel fish, the ejakika, and some dried crayfish. Now, I have just poured in my chopped onions into my hot oil. Remember, you have to heat up the oil for about 3 to 5 minutes before putting in your chopped onions. And then you're going to top it up with your chopped fresh chili pepper. After you're done tossing it in the oil, in the palm oil for some minutes, you put in your dried fish, which is the ejakika, and your washed crayfish. You can see that my crayfish is whole. It is intentional. I want to have chewy bits of crayfish in my tapioca mix. Remember, it is stir fry. And in stir fry, you want to have little bits of meat and fish you want to be chewing with your rice or your tapioca, as it is in today's cooking. We are stir frying tapioca. So I have put in my blended ground crayfish, and now I am introducing my ogiri isi. Now this ogiri isi is optional. You can choose to add it and you can choose not to. Put in a bit of water, like 2 tablespoons of water, just to allow all the ingredients to incorporate with the spices before putting in your softened tapioca. Now it is time to mix everything together. Your softened tapioca being mixed with all those good stuff that you just added. Your chopped peppers, your chopped onions, your fish, your dried crayfish. It's just going to be so delicious. I just tasted for salt, and I think the salt isn't enough and the crayfish isn't enough. So I am adding a bit more salt, a bit more crayfish. Now notice that this is the time you get to check for all of your ingredients. If you feel like adding more chopped chili pepper, you're welcome to do so. If you like adding a bit of seasoning, salt, whatever it is you really feel like increasing, this is the right moment for you to do that. Because in the next few minutes, we will be done. So now it is time to toss in my chopped utazi leaves. Utazi leaves has an after bitter taste, but it makes this meal so delicious because it complements all the other flavors in the pan. Remember, if you do not have utazi leaves, you can even chop efirin leaves. Efirin leaves, which is also known as basil, another species of efirin leaves. Like if you're living in the States, in the UK, and you do not have access to these utazi leaves, you can use basil leaves, and you're going to get very nice, flavorful, stir-fried tapioca. It is ready. Now I'm going to fry in my mackerel fish. You can even have chicken on the side. You can have stockfish. You can have anything you really want to have with this. And that's a wrap on In the Kitchen with Tastebudzng. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Let me know in the comment section how this recipe turned out if you gave it a try. Bye-bye.